Get ready to discover which player from our offense is about to receive the biggest opportunity of his career. You will understand how a medical issue within the roster opened a door that no one expected for an athlete who has always sought his place in the league. The big detail is that this unique chance could be the exact difference between him becoming a standout on our team or disappearing forever. Who is this player that will need to prove his worth? I will reveal this name to you shortly in the video, but the challenges don't stop there. You will also find out that an intense competition for a scoring position is revealing who can really handle the extreme pressure. And while that happens, a vital part of our defense is facing such a concerning injury scenario that the coaching staff had to redo the planning for the entire year. Stick with me until the end, because you will understand exactly how these three surprising situations will connect and dictate the entire future of the Washington Commanders in 2026. Leave your like on the video. It's just a click and it helps me a lot. Professional football is unpredictable, and injuries can arise at any moment during the preseason. The Washington Commanders are already dealing with a series of physical problems affecting key players. The most recent involves a tight end who was in a position to contribute significantly to the offense. His absence opens the door for other players to show what they are capable of in this critical moment. The team needed more depth at the tight end position, and now will have the opportunity to evaluate its backups in real competitive situations. Some of these players have been waiting for a chance like this for a long time. Coach Dan Quinn is closely watching who can take advantage of these unexpected opportunities when called upon. Those who demonstrate the ability to execute when the moment arrives may gain confidence and permanent playing time. John Bates started in 11 games last season, providing additional protection for his quarterbacks. He combined masterful technique with pure brute strength to become one of the most important supporting players on the roster. His absence leaves a significant void that isn't easy to fill. Bates won't be out for more than a few weeks, but he leaves behind a rotation of tight ends that, while talented and versatile, will miss him. Chig Okonkwo is the starting tight end and has established himself as a big threat in pass receptions. Since being traded from the Tennessee Titans to the Commanders, he has spent the entire preseason being regarded as a valuable receiver. He will have even more room to work after the signing of Stefon Diggs. The newly signed player, along with Terry McLaurin, will open up plenty of space on the field for the athletic Okonkwo to position himself. The Commanders know who Okonkwo is. He can run, catch the ball, and block reasonably well when needed. The same clarity cannot be shared by the younger backup, Ben Sinnott, who has yet to find such a distinct niche. Despite generally remaining in the shadow of Bates and the late Zach Ertz, he has remained a frequent backup player since being drafted to Washington 2 seasons ago. Sinnott has made 33 appearances as a professional, but the supposed jack-of-all-trades never seemed to fit perfectly into the static approach of former offensive coordinator Cliff Kingsbury. He caught the attention of the more watchful spectators as a strong blocker in the open field whenever he had the opportunity to shine. He instinctively fit well into trick plays as a disruptor in open space. Any ability to mimic Bates in moments of inspiration would be a real possibility under the creative command of David Blau. This could earn him opportunities on the field to demonstrate any pass-catching potential he has yet to show. He has only started 5 games in both seasons he has been healthy, but the chance to impress internal and external evaluators may await Sinnott at the end of this week. He has the chance not only to clearly surpass the talented receiver Colson Yankoff in the position hierarchy, but also to show the eager Washington fans that he has the talent and ability to contribute to Jaden Daniels' chances of competing with this roster, becoming yet another valuable weapon in the reports of professional scouts assessing future potential. When Coach Dan Quinn mentioned he wanted to extend the competition for the kicker position into the preseason, he likely wanted to see how his specialists would handle the pressure of the moment. But during Monday's practice in Ashburn, the pressure seemed to significantly affect everyone. It was a brutal day for the kicking team overall. Both veteran Jake Moody and undrafted rookie Drew Stevens had their worst performances at training camp. This raised new doubts about the stability of the position heading into the preseason opener. The initial kicking periods on Monday were anything but precise and consistent. For an organization seeking long-term consistency, seeing the two kickers combine for just 5 field goals converted is a disturbing scene. Despite the mutual collapse on Monday, the overall trajectory of the competition at training camp paints a much clearer picture of who is ahead. Drew Stevens is in command of the competition. Before the slip-up on Monday, Stevens had been performing almost flawlessly during practices. He made all his attempts in various sessions last week, showcasing supreme accuracy. His impressive kicks caught the attention of everyone watching training camp. Considering the body of work throughout the entire training period, Stevens holds an undeniable advantage over his competitor. Jake Moody is clearly feeling the pressure of the competition. What began as a tight race, kick for kick, has turned into a nightmare for the former Michigan star. After a perfect day, converting 9 kicks on 9 attempts at the start of training, the veteran seems to be struggling with his kicking mechanics. He He consistently misses left on fairly accessible distances, such as 33 and 47 yards. At the moment, the kicker position for the Commanders belongs to Stevens. However, the mistakes made on Monday ensure that the competition remains technically open. The Commanders are preparing for joint practices and the preseason with this uncertainty. If Stevens can bounce back from this bad practice and perform well when the game starts, all signs point to him being the starter in Week 1 against the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, Moody faces an uphill battle to regain his confidence and that of the coaches. The Washington Commanders are deep into the 2026 preseason, and the secondary has become one of the most scrutinized player groups on the roster. Amid tight position battles, intense practices, veteran additions, and an unfortunate injury that hit a young key player, the cornerback position is undergoing significant changes. The current situation of the cornerbacks deserves a thorough analysis. Trey Amos, a second-round pick in a 2025, is seen as a key piece for the future of the Commanders' defense. He demonstrated excellent potential in individual coverage during a promising rookie season. Unfortunately, the season was cut short in Week 10 by a fibula fracture that sidelined him. Before the start of preseason, the front office and coaching staff took an extremely cautious approach. They placed him on the physically unable to perform list to manage muscle soreness suffered during training camp. Although Amos was recently cleared and removed from the list, the optimism was short-lived. Just days after his return, he suffered an ugly fall on his ankle during a weekend practice. He was forced to leave the field early. Dan Quinn noted that it was an ankle issue that required further evaluation, but the recurring injuries of the talented young defender are a real cause for concern. Although nothing appears to be broken or torn, the lack of more practice time hampers his development. If Amos misses regular season games for an extended period, it radically alters the Commanders' defensive plan in the secondary. Mike Sainristil, a second-round pick in 2024, brings a fearless and physical mentality to the field, despite weighing 82 kilograms. He showcased his playmaking ability during training camp, making high-level plays. He intercepted a deflected pass from Jaden Daniels during team drills. He also displayed a lot of emotion on the field, having recently been involved in a heated exchange with receiver Luke McCaffrey. This exchange needed to be separated during a notably tense practice. Despite his good performances, Sainristil finds himself in a complicated situation regarding the quarterback position. With the team implementing an aggressive and creative defensive system, it's unclear where his main opportunities will come from. When all the players are healthy, he is getting a lot of work with the starting defense. The coaching staff needs to figure out how to maximize his slot receiver skills and versatility. At the same time, they need to mask his physical limitations against larger receivers. While the other side of the field deals with injuries and rotation uncertainties, newly signed Amik Robertson has solidified his spot with understated confidence. Early indications from training camp suggest that Robertson is firmly established as a starting cornerback. His consistency provides the much-needed stability to a secondary that is still adjusting its puzzle pieces. Recent veteran cornerback signings have brought great interest and needed depth to the roster. Besides the top 6 players, training camp has provided many competitive opportunities for younger players. Defensive backs like Darius Rush and Carlin Viggers have been actively participating in highly competitive 11-on-11 drills. They are fighting for roster spots and positions on special teams. The Commanders have built a cornerback group full of talent, fierce competitors, and experienced veterans. However, finding the perfect alignment depends almost entirely on Amos's health. It depends on how creatively the defensive coaching staff can utilize Sainristil's unique skill set. If the pieces fit together, this secondary has the depth and tenacity needed to be a formidable unit in 2026. As a fan, I'm extremely concerned about Amos's recurring injuries, but optimistic about the overall performance of the group. Hey fan, after finding out which tight end stands to gain the most from John Bates' injury, understanding how the kicker battle is revealing who has the right temperament, and knowing that the secondary defense is facing an injury crisis, which of these situations leaves you feeling more hopeful or worried? Do you believe that Ben Sinnott will finally seize this opportunity and establish himself as a reliable tight end for Jaden Daniels, or will he continue to play in the shadow of more experienced players? And more importantly, do you trust that Trey Amos will be able to stay healthy throughout the entire regular season and become the key piece of the secondary defense that the Commanders hoped for when they drafted him, or will his recurring injuries prevent him from reaching his full potential? Leave your opinion in the comments. I want to know what you think about the future of the Washington Commanders.